Watford's talent. Raw Vibes.
It's Near here with Raw Vibes, the show which is all about our unsigned local music scene and celebrating talent, which is why Jim Kirby is here in the studio along with Richie Metcalf. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yo.
Hey, how's it going?
All good.
Yeah, good. Busy.
Yeah, well, we're going to hear all about this. So both musicians from Hemel Hempstead Way?
Well, I'm from Hemel, but...
I'm from St Albans.
Oh, nice. So you haven't really been... You kind of have names that I've seen around, seen on posters, heard loads about, but this is sort of the first time we've met briefly once before, but this is the main time, or the first time for you to come into our studio, so thank you so much for coming in to see us on Raw Vibes. So, Jim, you've set up this project called Blues from the Herts. Seen it all over Facebook. It's been sort of building up for quite some time. In summary, what is this project? What's it all about?
Basically, the project is the next step, I think, from doing charity fundraising gigs. It's a collective of local musicians to support them. It includes local businesses to support them. And all together we come across on one entire album, which will be put forwards to raise money for mental health charity SANE.
Amazing. What was it that made you choose SANE as the charity to raise money for?
Well, back in 2012, bordering 2013, I did a 3-day charity gig down Ye Olde Fighting Cocks in St Albans with numerous artists such as Rebecca Madden, Marty Robinson and Duncan Byers. And it was a success. And the reason we donated to charity SANE is for the past 4 years I've worked in mental health and rehabilitation.
Now, fairly recently I had Hector's House, which is a charity based in Tring, come into the studio. The family set it up after Hector took his own life, aged 18, and he was a musician down at West Herts College. And so when they were in, we were talking about how music and many of the creative arts really are a way that can often help people who are struggling with their thoughts in their heads to get those emotions out, because people often struggle to talk, don't they? But if you write a song or let it out in art or creative writing, then it's kind of a release.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we talked about how lyrics and music can really help get those feelings out. And so that night I promised them that I would write some lyrics to sort of work out what I was thinking in my head. And if it wasn't for them, I've just started writing music, which is weird for me, like really strange. And yeah, since they came in, I wrote about 8 or 9 sets of lyrics because I promised them that I would do it. It kind of gave me that incentive. But I really think it has helped get my feelings out. So do you think that music and mental health kind of music can really help in that way?
Well, yeah, entirely. I mean, even with within mental health and rehabilitation, music therapy is phenomenal. And to be honest, I think we can both vouch for this, like anyone can. Being able to put what's in your head onto paper and put a tune behind it, it's
the best release.
Yeah, completely.
So I want to pick you up on something, Jim.
Go for it.
You have written here, it's not how you play or how little, it's how terribly you play. It's not how terribly you play. Yeah, it's basically about... No, let's start that again so you nail it. It's because, look how small this is printed out.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So it's not how much you play or how little. It's not how terribly you play or how brilliant. All that matters is how you feel as you play it.
Yeah.
Where has that come from?
Well, in 2008, I learnt how to play, write and sing from basically street musicians in Canada. And what happened from that was, the maths of music went out the window. It was all about, to me, the blues is just feeling. It doesn't get defined by genre. It's about feeling, empathy, being able to get it all out there. So if you're the strongest or weakest of singers, if you've got good words, that's the biggest hook. And if you mean what you're doing, it's more hypnotic to the audience.
I'm just amazed, but I just love that, because my favourite thing when I go and see an artist is if they really show feeling and emotion, then that's when I think I really connect with them.
Yeah, taking it to the real bleeding edge of where it can be.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
If there's an artist that's really doing well in the charts, people who know me will know that it's one of my things that I get really annoyed about. I'm like, but there's no feeling there. They're just singing words. Like, for me, it has to be not just about the words, but this emotion that comes with it. Absolutely. So let's talk about you guys as musicians as well before we dive more into the project Blues from the Heart. So, are you both blues musicians then?
No.
Fill me in on you as individuals.
Right, go for it, Richie.
Well, to be honest, I don't know. I'm not sure if I really have a genre, but I definitely love country music. Country music for me is it's just the one. I love the stories behind all the songs, and it's just something I've really attached myself to. I spent a lot of time in the States when I was a little bit younger, and of course in America, country music is, well, it is America.
Yeah.
So,
but it seems to be getting bigger here now as well. Like, it's getting bigger and bigger.
There's a couple of bands that are starting to take off over here. The Shires are really killing it over here at the moment. One of my friends was telling me today he saw them on like daytime TV the other day. So
amazing.
That's really good, you know.
Do you know what? They're really nice guys as well, which gives, if you like a musician and then you find out they're really nice.
Yeah,
it's just something
for sure. It's really
extra lovable about them.
Yeah.
Okay, move on.
Myself, I'd say multi-genred, but anything with a guitar, really. But that's why I kind of put myself under that blues in inverted commas kind of bracket, because, as I say, just goes by the feeling.
Yeah.
So that's me in a cup.
It's definitely hard to genrealise yourself, isn't it? Because you're always like, I'm just playing what I'm feeling that day.
Yeah.
And if that sounds a bluesy track that day, then it's a bluesy day. If you're playing country one day, or even if you're playing hip-hop, whatever, it doesn't...
It's too hard to combine yourself. You cut yourself, you shoot yourself in the foot.
I never truly understood this until I, like I said earlier, started this writing thing. So I've set up a music page. I don't have any fans yet because I'm too scared to tell anyone that this is happening.
Oh, we're going to add you then. We'll definitely
There's just like one picture that I posted. And you have to fill out all the bio and everything on a Facebook page. And I just left it blank for about a week because I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what is this that I'm doing, because I'm a big soul lover, and I would say that I'm quite soulful in my voice, but I'm not sure what I've written yet is technically soul, because it's just me and a guitar at the moment. It's not been built big enough. But when bands used to come in and say, I don't fit into a style or genre, I was like, come on, there must be something. And now I'm like, oh, I get it. So I guess it must be quite hard, but sometimes there are things that have influenced you. So what artists have influenced you on your musical journey, would you say?
For me, Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Nice.
John Mayer, John Martin, to me, is immortal.
Yes.
And I guess local artists as well, including this band here.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to know, you often play together.
Yeah.
How did this happen? How did you come together, and where did you meet?
Nick Stevenson.
Yeah.
Okay,
We were
another
playing an
local
open
legend.
mic, and we decided we needed to have a jam. Actually, I think I was playing, and I was like, oh, let's get some more musicians up, and of course Jimmy just jumps up and shreds it like nobody else.
There is something quite important, though, that you have when you're performing together and when you're writing together, that you have to click, you have to have a connection.
Oh, yeah, completely.
How do you know, though, if you're just at an open mic, that is going to work?
You don't. It's a risk. It's always a risk. I've had open mics where we've done that and it's just not worked out.
Really?
And you're like, oh no, what have I done? But then sometimes it happens and it's amazing. And people coming up to you like, oh, how long you guys been playing together? And we're just like, first time.
How important are open mics for new artists that are starting out? How important is it to get out and just do open mics and just share your music, but also meet other musicians? I guess that's quite important for the whole journey.
Well, I wrote an article on this. They called it the open mic, the musician's playground, really. And it's a good place to learn. It's a good place. Most of all, I think the open mic is important because if you make a mistake, you got to learn to keep going.
Yeah.
When I first started out, my first gig was a Harley-Davidson rally, and I was at this point where if I made one wrong note, I'd stop and throw my hands up and run away. And now I just shrug it off and look at Richie and go, come on, carry me along.
I think open mics, they're such a great tool because as a musician you can try new material on a crowd because you've been playing it in your bedroom or whatever, you write your songs, and then you can get up on a stage and actually try it to a crowd that it doesn't really matter because half the people there aren't really listening. But when you're up there, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. You're working and you're figuring out about playing on a stage and trying to fight those nerves. And the more you do it, of course, they get less and less, and you can relax more. So you're just building yourself as a musician every time you play at an open mic. I think it's probably the most important tool for beginning to be a musician. To be a performer, should I say, rather than just a musician. There's loads of people that just play, but not a lot. I think there needs to be more people getting up and playing.
And I reckon it helps build that sort of finding people within the local area that you can work with, maybe collaborate with, but also just show each other support. Because I think the local music scene around here is really strong of just people that have become friends because of open mics and playing at all these local festivals together. And it's kind of, I think that makes it extra special what's going on around here, because it's nice to go and see a band, but it's great when you turn up to see one of your favourite bands or local bands, and there's like another 5 or 6 local bands and artists there to support them. I love that. It just seems really quite close-knitted at the moment.
Yeah, I definitely think it's the way forward.
And this album, so Blues from the Hearts, which is part of this project, you've got 15 artists on this album.
Yep.
How did you go about selecting artists to take part?
Well, initially I had a recording with Rebecca Madden, who's from Nebworth.
She's brilliant.
And it kind of made me stop and think, okay, so I've already got 2 songs. And then me and Richie started playing together, so there were 3 songs. Then you had the local... Tom Craven was a fantastic support, and he donated a track. Then I did have to go through a vetting process, because some submissions came in and I had to... It was out of no disrespect, it's just I only had 15 spaces on a disc. And I think the biggest thing was networking. I've met and played with the majority of it. If I haven't, then
You're
Richie
the king
has.
of networking. I've never known anybody network
Really?
like this kid. Oh, it's so funny. He could just go into a room and know everybody in like 2 minutes.
Brilliant.
But the most special part for me was not only getting people I've played live with and learnt so much from, but was the day when I thought I need to make this bigger, and I turned to email a Canadian called Jay Semko, who's famous for the Due South theme, and he was also signed to Universal with the Northern Pikes. I told him about the project on a 2-hour phone call to Canada, and he just said, right, how can I help? What do you need?
Amazing.
And that point of seeing people want to help other people and just be on the same disc, sharing the space with each other, you can't beat it.
So all the money raised from the CDs, does that all go to Sane?
Every penny.
Amazing. That's so lovely. The artists that we've got, give me an example of some of the artists we've got.
Okay, off the top of my head, you have Marty Robinson, who's the host of the open mic at Ye Olde Fighting Cocks.
Brilliant.
Then that is followed by Neil Stanton from Hemel, I believe. That's followed by Richie. Then after that you have John Verity, the famous John Verity from Argent.
Another legend.
Exactly. Then that's followed by Rebecca Madden, and then that's followed by the Umoza Project, which is a project about raising money for Malawi in Africa. But it was put together by John Tobin, also another St. Albans fella. Then you have Gavin Beckwith, who has been a published writer and owner of GB Sound, who's helped phenomenally with the project. Absolutely.
This is like so far I'm amazed. Like, if we were in the generation game, then you would have won at least a Quivering Bloke by now, and potentially maybe a microwave. So keep going.
Jay Semko from Canada. Then you have Bernie Devine, Hidden Jewels, who, again, very close friends and also network with everybody. I think I mentioned Tom Craven. If not, there he is. Stuart O'Connor, and not forgetting the marvellous April Blue. Have I left anyone out?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I've not counted, but it sounds impressive. I felt a little bit mean, because I was like, I'm really pushing him here and making a list of these people. But I was very impressed with how much detail you went into. So definitely loads of artists and amazing tracks as well, and for a fantastic cause, which I just love. So let's hear one of the first tracks then. So we're going to hear from Richie, Don't Ask for This. Are we allowed to know what this song is about? Are there any things you can tell us about this song, or do we just want to listen to it? How do you feel about it?
How about we have a listen and then we have a chat after?
We'll make it up afterwards.
Yeah.
I love it.
Have a think.
This is Richie Metcalf and Don't Ask for This on Vibe.
I didn't ask for this. Running around to be lost and found again. And it's days like these when I wish that they would end. It's a 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Crush my dreams, want them back. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind. I think I'm gonna leave. Didn't ask for this. Trying to find a better state of mind to feel. Trying to make a dream for me seems more real. Walking down a dead-end street, devil in my side that I can't beat. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind. I think I'm gonna leave. you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind. I think I'm gonna leave. Didn't ask for this. I'm running around being lost and found again. And it's days like these when I wish that they would end. Walking down these dead end streets, the devil at my side that I can't beat. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, you don't mind. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, you don't mind. I think I'm gonna leave.
Didn't Ask for This by Richie Metcalf, which is featured on the Blues from the Herts album, which has been all put together thanks to Jim Kirby. And I'm just going to fade you in there. Hello.
Hello again.
I delayed that because I went to fade you up and the little fader button just came off in my hand. I know, destroying things here today. This is Raw Vibes. It's all about local unsigned music, which is why the guys are in the studio to tell me all about their Blues from the Hearts project. We'll be hearing more about that, all about the launch as well, and I think we've got some announcements to make, which is very, very exciting. That's all to come here on Raw Vibes.
Showcasing Watford's talent. Raw Vibes. Radio made in Watford.
Phone me up in a box under the stairs. Phone me up with my knees around my ears. You might wonder why I'm trying to hide. I'm not hiding, I'm just biding my time. Fold me up, put me under your skin. Fold me up between your collar and your chin. You might wonder why I'm scared again. No, I'm not scared, I'm just deliberating. And ain't it true? I never have to speak with you. But when I do, quiet is the love we fall to. Don't tie me down to a life that we both know. Don't tie me down at all. My wings have grown. You might think you'll change, to fly with you. When I do, heaven is the love for two. You're saying it true. I never have to fly with you. But when I do, heaven is the love for two.
April Blue on Raw Vibes with Fold Me Up, one of the only acoustic tracks I think they've recorded that goes out on the programme. This is Raw Vibes. It's all about our local unsigned musicians, just like April Blue, who are a suburban soul band from Apsley in Hemel, and they are one of the many fantastic artists to be part of the Blues from the Hearts compilation CD put together by Jim Kirby and Richie Metcalf, who are in the studio with me now. It's an amazing CD with so many great artists. You've picked a few tracks for us to play today, so we just played that one by April Blue, of course, and earlier we heard from Richie Didn't Ask for This, and in a few moments time we'll be hearing from Bernie Devine as well, London Blues. I'm looking forward to hearing that. So the project is all to raise money for SANE, and that's where the money from the CD will go to. Where can people get hold of this CD?
The CD, thanks to Nub Country Records, the local publishing deal, is going to be nationwide on pretty much every digital media download you can imagine. I will send you the list later, because that one I will not win on. But and also it will be available in some of the hosting pubs that will be having us, which I'm very, very pleased about. And also from myself, and you can also email in or donate via PayPal or straight to SANE, and they'll let me know and I'll package it over.
Amazing.
To you guys.
Have you got a page then, like a Facebook page, where all of this information can be absorbed and read about, seen about?
Yes, you can find it on www.facebook.com/Blues from the Hearts. Hearts spelt as in Hertfordshire. Then also you can find each and every write-up of the musicians on that page, and also on justjimkirby.tumblr.com. And also on my general page, Just Jim Kirby, and also Richie tweets about it himself, so, or has been sharing.
So you're musicians, you know, you're always out and about gigging. How have you had time to do your own stuff and still work towards this project? Because the time and effort that you guys have put in is just amazing.
Jimmy is an animal. He's an absolute demon.
Do you sleep?
In between sorting the project out on the day job and playing out and rehearsing with Rich, yeah.
But do you think
it's
that
about 45 minutes.
when you're doing things you love, no matter how tired you are, you just keep going? Because music, I always say music is medicine. It just, no matter how you feel, it can make you just feel so much better, and it gets you through. Do you think that helps you just keep going all the time?
I don't know about that. I mean, in all fairness, the drive has been completely, but there, constantly. But you'd have to ask Richie, because he's had to listen to me complain about it every step of the way.
All he talks about 24/7 is business, business, business. It's always, you know, oh, how are we going to get this, you know, promoted? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? How are we going to get this launch sorted in time?
But we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there, but he's just on it. He does not think about anything else at all.
Yeah.
At all.
That's dedication. I love it. So the idea is, as well as the album, you're going to get out and about and give stages and platforms to these artists to share their music as well. Where can people come and see this?
Well, some of the venues that I have lined up will be, of course, the home of Blues from the Hearts, where it started a few years ago at Ye Olde Fighting Cocks. And we also have some tie-ins with the Inn on the Green in Harpenden. We have some tie-ins over Welling Way. And, well, actually just across the county, to be honest. There's still a few things I need to work out and suss out, and some branches to be made, but we're getting there.
Amazing. So, again, people need to head to that website, the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Blues from the Hearts for all the details. Let's hear this song, then, from Bernie Devine, London Blues. Out of all of the 15 tracks, why was one of the ones that you picked for us to play tonight?
Because Bernie just... to see Bernie play and to have had the privilege to play alongside Bernie, it's just been a complete inspiration for my journey in music, and I've become a better guitarist, I believe, for it, and you'll understand when you hear it.
What an amazing introduction. This is Bernie Devine and London Blues on Raw Vibes.
Tell you about my pain and my troubles too. Can I talk to you? You see, there's no way around it. There's just no way of pulling through. No, no. It's just another story of a million hearts so sad they're breaking down. Hearts so sad they're breaking. 'Cause there's no inspiration, just money men and plastic clowns, yeah, yeah. It's just another laughing and the babies are starving and we're working so hard. Where's the rewards? Yeah. So take these chains from around me, you money men and you plastic clowns. It's the story of a million hearts so sad they're breaking down.
Bernie Devine and London Blues on Raw Vibes. And what I love about music is how not only great music is, but how it makes other people feel, and seeing people's reaction. We've got Jim Kirby in the studio and Richie Metcalf, and you guys were loving that, absolutely loving it.
Well, I did say, didn't I?
It just, but seeing your reaction makes me love that track even more. Do you know what I mean?
Well, just stick me on all the videos just dancing away as always. You know?
Brilliant. So you guys are here to talk about the Blues from the Herts project, which is a CD compilation of some great artists from Hertfordshire, and it's all raising money for SANE, supporting mental health. And you're going to do some gigs out and about, but I hear the rumours that you have a massive announcement to make. So you won't even tell me what it is, so please tell me.
Well, the announcement is that within the 2 months of putting this all together, we're already ready for launch. And the launch will be on the 6th of next month down Ye Olde Fighting Cocks, followed by a very special launch at Jamie's Italian in St Albans on the 12th.
12th of June, I'm writing this down. Transfer it to the diary.
And then after that, it'll all go live and digital. So with more and more gigs flowing out. And they're going to be showcase nights. It's not going to be a night of 15 acts and people getting confused. It's going to be solid half hours of about 4 artists each night.
Amazing. Does Jamie's Italian usually do music, or is that a new thing that you've managed to convince them thanks to your networking skills?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's his networking skills.
They used to, but their marketing and events manager, Simon, has just been absolutely fantastic with me on this, and it holds more potential for the future to come for the local musicians.
Amazing. And to get some Italian grub while you're there.
Well, yeah.
Perfect combo, I would say. So, as part of this as well, you're obviously going to do some other ways to raise money. You've got an auction going on, is that right?
There is, well, it was an auction, now we're going for a raffle, because it's more fair on people who turn up, and we do have a large plethora of prizes to be won. To go on the initial launch date on the, what did I say, 6th? The 6th, that's it, 8:30, Fighting Cocks. One of the prizes...
Cheeky plug there, I like it.
Nice.
Anyway, one of the prizes is, well, a free bottle of bubbly and a free meal at Jamie's Italian. Another prize is a guitar that is signed by nearly every artist on the album, which was donated by the music department. And what else? There was a special 3D book made by...
I don't know, it was a cool book though.
Katrina, Creations by a Butterfly, which is a company over from...
Slough,
there we go.
I like how you guys work as a team. I love that. You finish each other's sentences, that's brilliant.
And there's so much more. And also there will be, at the Jamie Oliver's launch, a necklace of the Blues from the Heart guitar logo made by Petrogems in St Albans.
Amazing, which is a great logo as well. Did you design that yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent work. I love all the artwork that you've done as well, put together with sort of all the artists that are featured on the CD all together. You've just put everything into it. I love that. Are you a legend?
No.
I think he is. All of those, all that necklace and everything, and all the logos. He designed them all himself. I can't even draw, let alone like.
I'm going to crown you right here, right now, on Raw Vibes as a local legend in the big pool that we've got, including names like Tom Craven, all those people that work their socks off for our local music scene and for charities. I think you deserve some credit there.
No,
there you go.
It's
Local
I just
legend.
put it together. It's musicians who it's all about, and charity.
That makes me like you even more, though, because you're just so nice. So let's go through all those details one last time of where we can find the CD and all the updates that you keep treating us to on Facebook.
Right, so you can find all information on Twitter, just Jim Kirby, and also at Rich Metcalf on Twitter.
Oh, hey.
You can also find it on facebook.com/just Jim Kirby, and finally facebook.com/Blues from the Hearts.
And are either of you going out and about gigging outside of the project at the moment where we can come and see you perform live?
Oh,
We're gigging all the time.
We're everywhere.
At the moment, we're playing all the time.
So we go to those Facebooks and those Twitters
Yeah.
online?
You'll find us there.
Twitter's the one, really. That's the one we're pushing. We need more followers. We need to work on the followers.
Okay, give the names once more time then. We can...
Okay, at just Jim Kirby and
At Rich Metcalf.
Amazingly done, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming in to tell me all about Blues from the Herts. It sounds like an amazing project, which you have really, really worked hard for. So I'm really looking forward to the launch. So we've got the one on the 6th of June and the one on the 12th of June. So find it all on Facebook and justjimkirby.tumblr.com for all the details. We'll be back next week with Raw Vibes with more unsigned local music. And if you want your music heard or you want to tell us about your project that supports local artists or maybe an event you're hosting, head to the website vibe1076.co.uk and there you can tell me all we need to know. So yes, back next Sunday from 7 o'clock. Thank you so much to Jim and Richie for coming in to see us, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
I hope so. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Showcasing Watford's talent.